When a lamb's born, the mother's udder is full of something we call colostrum, which is a milk that's really rich in fat, high in energy, but most importantly, it's got a lot of antibodies in it. Without it, she just does not have any sort of immunity. The first little infection that comes along, it could kill her. I'm in the Barossa Valley in South Australia now. Most people, when they come here, take some time out and sample some of the region's finest, but none of that for me. I'm here to see a little lamb who's in a bit of trouble. Take a look at this. That is amazing. You know, this is slightly strange, don't you?
Well, I've never seen anything like it.
It's amazing. How are you? It's Julie.
Good. Yeah, hi, Chris.
Chris, how are you? And you must be Zoe. Hello.
This is Lammy, and she's 5 weeks old now.
Julie is concerned about Lammy, a little orphan that has formed an unusual relationship with Zoe the Dalmatian.
Life got a bit confusing, didn't it? No, thank you. Yes, I'm just checking her out, that's all. How old was she when Mum walked away?
I think she would have been about half an hour old.
Really? Was that soon?
The first animal that she saw was the dog. So she thought that was her mother.
She literally joined the dots?
Yes, yes.
And went, OK, that must be Mum.
And I just thought it was so very unusual to see a spotted lamb. It just looked like a Dalmatian puppy to me.
I can honestly say I've never, ever seen anything like this in my entire veterinary career. This is so bizarre, yet so incredibly fascinating at the same time. Zoe happened to be in season at the exact moment that Lammy was abandoned. So with Zoe having all those hormones like progesterone in her system, screaming out for her to become a mother, all of a sudden Lammy appeared and Zoe could become a mother. We're talking about 1 in 10,000 chances here combining and producing this incredible situation. The one worry I've got is that she never suckled from her mother. So what I wouldn't mind doing is just having a bit of a look over her now, just to see how healthy she is, and from there, just make sure that everything's going along okay. When a lamb's born, the mother's udder is full of something we call colostrum, which is a milk that's really rich in fat, high in energy, but most importantly, it's got a lot of antibodies in it, and those antibodies go straight into the lamb the moment this milk is drunk and provide immediate protection, and that protection lasts for weeks and months. Without it, she just does not have any sort of immunity. The first little infection that comes along, it could kill her. So what I need is a very generous sheep who's actually going to give a donation of some blood.
And you'll catch it?
Yep.
You'll attempt to catch it?
That's the plan.
Okay.
The plan is that we're going to find a ewe, a mother sheep that has a lamb. Now, what makes her special is that she has a lot of antibodies in her system right now. If we then draw out some blood and let that blood settle, I can actually take the antibodies out of that blood and inject them straight into Lammy.
Lammy's at a disadvantage in the future if she was to get an infection. She has no resistance to fight that, so any assistance that Chris can give her with this blood procedure, I'm really happy to go along with it.
Right. This is the bit you're excited about, isn't it?
I'm going to watch you. Watch and learn.
It's a good plan. It's a great plan. But it's a plan that has a small hitch in that I need to catch the sheep to get that blood sample. Not going to be easy.
So, Chris, you're looking for the one on the left, that little one, that little innocent-looking sheep. And that's her lamb on the ground in front of her.
She looks so slow.
She was the last one to lamb, so she would have the freshest amount of milk in her.
Let's be honest, it was a miss. Got one hand in there. She was gone. She was fast. She was too good on the day, but...
Did you land in any manure?
No, unfortunately not. No, you'd like that. Let's not try to sugarcoat it. It wasn't pretty. She was too speedy. It takes a real man to say that, but I was beaten by a mother sheep with a lamb. The lamb probably beat me as well when it's all said and done. Should have told me about that before.
I told you I had a secret weapon. It's called a white bucket.
You're smirking at me, getting me to try to tackle these poor, innocent mothers, and you had this all...
Go on then. I thought I'd let you have an attempt.
Hey guys, I know. Come on. very generous of you. Now we've finally caught our ewe. It's a lot like a human donating blood. Right, ready?
Well done.
Yeah.
First time. He's a good doctor, isn't he? Hey, good girl.
So we'll just let gravity take that blood from a jugular vein down the tube into this bag here.
And how much are you aiming for to collect?
We'll probably half fill it.
Oh, wow.
So you can see it's already running quite nicely there.
Beautiful. Good girl.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, you made your feelings very clear, didn't you?
Thank you for coming to visit my farm, Dr. Chris. Bondi vet.
Actually got a bit of spit on me then. That's all right. Thank you, though.
Good girl.
There, you can get up now. Nowadays, everyone talks about protein shakes and vitamin boosters and all sorts of superfoods. In Lammy's life, nothing will be more important than these few mils in this injection. So I know that just looks like blood right now, but once it settles out, we're going to be left with blood cells down the bottom, and the bit we want will be at the top.
Yes.
So we're going to suck that out, and it's almost like nature's own vaccination. It'll go in there and make the absolute world of difference to little Lammy.
We've got someone else who wants to donate blood.
Our donation hours have actually closed. We only take blood between 4 and 5, and you're just a little bit late. Come back tomorrow? Thank you. Obviously, the sheep around here are very kind-hearted and very generous because they're now queuing up to donate blood to Lammy. They sense a cause, they sense a lamb in need, and they want to help out. You can see it's separated now. Yep. So the blood cells have gone to the bottom, and this clear stuff up the top is what we need.
There's plenty there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. So that's how much we need.
Yes.
You can see it's nice and clear.
Yes.
And we go straight into Lammy. It's going to make you just like the other lambs. Huh? It's like a life injection. This injection is something pretty special. It's like a wonder drug. What it'll do to Lammy's immune system is give it this immediate boost. She'll feel so much better, but importantly, she'll be able to fend off any nasty viruses or infections that come along. All right, it's all done. You were very good. You were very good. Yeah, so that's extra protection, really.
Thank you, Dr. Chris.
That's all right. I mean, it should serve as some sort of insurance policy.
Okay. And she had no insurance policy before.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Now, you were so good, I think we need some sort of reward for you, don't we? Huh?
What can I've got?
That might just do it. Do you like bottles? Are you in any way interested in bottles? Are they something that you're at least sort of half partial to? Oh, my God. The thing that's nagging on my mind right now is that I can make Lammy as healthy as possible for the next few months, but ultimately she needs to be a sheep, and she can't do that unless the rest of the flock accepts her. This, it's cute, but, you know, it can't go on forever. We need to teach Lamb that she is a sheep, because if she doesn't think she's a sheep, she's never going to hang out with them and never going to have a normal life after that. No. Okay, so I do have a couple of things in mind.
And what is that?
You're about to find out.
Okay.
Go on. Go on. Lammy's spending so much time around Zoe, sleeping next to her and being licked by her that she smells more like a dog than she does a sheep. If we were to put her out with the flock of sheep right now, they'd smell her straight away and go, no, she's an imposter, and they could hurt her. There we go. See? That's easy, isn't it? So the most important thing right now is we take away that doggy smell and replace it with something they're going to find a little bit more acceptable. Hey, little one, I think we need you. You okay with that? Okay. So the plan is we're going to put a little cloth inside the nappy. Put the nappy on with the tail poking through, of course. And it's going to soak up any little spills that you will probably have. The thing about lamb wee is that it's the essence of sheep. So when I take that cloth and put it on Lammy, then Lammy's going to smell more like a sheep than like Zoe. So now the nappy's in place, the plan is we just leave our lamb to wander around, do what lambs do, and then we have the special ingredient in making Lammy more of a sheep. Okay, ready? Here you go. You don't look silly. I'm pretty sure that when Julie walks into the paddock and sees one of her lambs looking like a toddler, she might be surprised. Come with me. These are your sheep, right?
I recognise them, yes.
There's now a difference with one of your sheep.
Oh, you're kidding me. It's got a nappy on.
Yeah, it's got a nappy on it.
What were you thinking? I'm looking at this lamb. It's got to be some sort of joke.
The wee's been collected into a little towel. That towel then has essence to sheep, eau de sheep, all over it. The thing about sheep is they go as much on smell as they do on looks. And even though Lammy is a lamb, she's going to smell like a dog, and that has to change. So now we'll get the nappy off and take that cloth and give Lammy a little bit of
Perfume.
special perfume.
Okay.
All right.
I'm open to any unusual idea that Chris has got, even if it means Lammy wearing an unusual perfume.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so take the nappy off. So this now becomes Lammy's new perfume.
You test it.
I'm all right with mine. There you go, number one. Thank you, by the way. By dabbing on that smell of lamb urine, she's instantly going to start smelling like a sheep. With this lamb urine, what we do is just dab it on her shoulders, on her back there, and I hate to say it, on her face as well, on her ears. So now we've got Lammy smelling more like a sheep. Her training isn't over. She needs the final step, which is her learning to essentially be a sheep and be accepted by the rest of the flock. They've been looking at her, hanging around Zoe and wondering what's going on there. So the way we introduce her to the flock is very gently, because if we rush it, they could actually either try to charge her
Or hurt her.
or hurt her.
Yes.
Because they see her as being as much a dog as they do a sheep. Sorry, Lammy. We're not going to get Lammy accepted into this flock today. It's going to be something that's going to take a number of weeks. But if Julie can just put Lammy into that little pen for an hour every day, they'll get to know each other, become more familiar. So when Lammy eventually goes out to the paddock with them, there'll be no problem at all. Lammy's going to act like she wants to get out there and be a sheep tomorrow, you know, but you have to pull her back and just do it very gently, because if you don't, then if you rush it, so many things could go wrong.
I think we'll call them baby steps.
Lammy steps. This is good though. All right. The great thing about these solutions is that whilst it's allowing Lammy to go back with a flock of sheep, it's not ending the relationship with Zoe. Their lives will be separate, but not too far apart.
I think it's very special that Dr. Chris, the Bondi vet's come to visit me in the Barossa Valley, and I'm really happy that he's made the effort, and I think we've all learnt a lot from it. You can't go home without a glass of red. Thank you for coming.
So you'd never ask. Thank you.
Cheers.
If you guys loved that video, great. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel below. That way.